Welcome to US Coins Hub, where history meets hidden value. Today, we uncover a rare piece of American heritage, a coin that tells a story, holds mystery, and could be worth far more than its face value. So slow down, listen closely, and step into the timeless world of rare and valuable US coins. Let's dive into today's Wheat Penny series. Top 1 today, we are taking a closer look at a coin that might seem ordinary to the casual observer, but holds immense significance for collectors, the 1958 Wheat Penny. At first glance, it's just a small copper coin, but hidden in its details and condition lies the potential for incredible value. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why the 1958 Wheat Penny is so special and what makes it a must-have for any serious coin collector. The Wheat Penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Its reverse design featured two stalks of wheat, symbolizing prosperity and the hard-working spirit of America. By 1958, the Wheat Penny had been in circulation for nearly 50 years, making coins from this era particularly interesting. While millions of pennies were minted that year, few have survived in pristine condition, which is a key reason why the 1958 Wheat Penny is increasingly rare and highly sought after. On the obverse side, the coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design that has become one of the most recognizable in American numismatics. Collectors often examine the fine details of Lincoln's face, hair, and the lettering for signs of wear or minting anomalies. The sharpness of the features, the clarity of the inscriptions, and the overall luster of the coin play a significant role in determining its value. A 1958 Wheat Penny in uncirculated condition, with all details perfectly preserved, is extremely rare and highly prized among collectors. The reverse side showcases the classic wheat ears, framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. The artistry of this design is subtle yet compelling, capturing the essence of mid-20th century American coinage. Errors on the reverse can greatly enhance a coin's value. Some notable errors to watch for include doubled dies, repunched mint marks, and small die cracks. These minting irregularities occurred when the coin dies were misaligned or struck more than once, creating a unique variation that is prized by collectors. Even minor errors can transform an ordinary penny into a highly valuable collector's item. For instance, a slight doubling of the lettering or an off-center strike can make a coin stand out in the marketplace. Collectors love these one-of-a-kind pieces because no two error coins are exactly alike, and each tells a story about the minting process and the history of U.S. coinage. Condition and preservation are crucial. The majority of 1958 Wheat Pennies were circulated, resulting in wear, scratches, and a loss of original luster over time. Finding one in uncirculated condition, with a smooth surface and crisp details, is extremely rare. Such coins represent the pinnacle of collectible value, especially when paired with unique minting errors. Serious collectors understand that the combination of rarity, condition, and error potential can significantly amplify a coin's worth, turning a simple penny into a sought-after treasure. The 1958 Wheat Penny is also a window into the post-World War II era of American history. It reflects the economic stability and growth of the nation during the 1950s while serving as a tangible piece of everyday life. Every scratch, mark, or unique feature on these coins tells a story, making them not just a form of currency, but a cherished artifact of American heritage. Now, here comes the exciting part. If you happen to have a 1958 Wheat Penny in excellent, uncirculated condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, it could be worth an astonishing $84,000. Yes, you heard that right. $84,000 for a single 1958 Wheat Penny. It's incredible to think that such a small, everyday coin could hold such immense value. So, if you have old pennies tucked away in a drawer or a coin collection, it's worth examining them carefully. That seemingly ordinary penny could be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Top 2, we are diving into a coin that might look ordinary to most, but for collectors, it's a gem, the United States Wheat Penny from 1950. At first glance, it's just a small copper penny, but hidden in its design, history, and condition lies the potential for incredible value. Stay with us until the end, because you'll discover why the 1950 wheat penny is so sought after and how it could be worth a small fortune if you have one in pristine condition. The wheat penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, has been a beloved piece of American coinage since its introduction in 1909. Designed to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it replaced the Indian head cent and introduced a simple yet elegant design featuring Lincoln on the obverse and two wheat stalks framing the coin's denomination on the reverse. By 1950, the wheat penny had been circulating for over 4 decades. Yet coins from this year are particularly special because of their rarity and high grades. Millions were minted, but few survived in uncirculated or near-perfect condition, making this coin increasingly desirable for collectors. On the obverse, we see the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Collectors closely examine the fine details of Lincoln's face, hair, and the lettering above, because any imperfections or minting variations can make a significant difference in value. The clarity and sharpness of these details, combined with the original copper luster, are what elevate a standard 1950 penny into a highly sought-after collector's item. Flipping the coin over, the reverse features the iconic wheat ears, symbolizing prosperity and America's agricultural heritage. While the design appears simple, it hides intricate details that numismatists prize, such as the symmetry of the wheat stalks, the spacing of letters, and the depth of the design. Minor minting errors, such as doubled dies, repunched mint marks, and die cracks, can occur during production, creating unique coins that stand out from the thousands of ordinary pennies minted in that year. These errors are highly collectible because they are one-of-a-kind variations that tell a story about the minting process and the history of U.S. coins. Condition plays a massive role in the coin's value. Most 1950 wheat pennies were used in everyday transactions, resulting in wear, scratches, and loss of original detail. Finding one that has remained in uncirculated or near-perfect condition is extremely rare. Collectors look for coins that have retained their original copper color, sharp details, and a smooth surface free from damage. Coins in such condition not only serve as a piece of history, but also as an investment that can appreciate dramatically over time. Additionally, certain 1950 wheat pennies with minting anomalies can fetch even higher prices. For example, coins with doubled dies exhibit a doubling of the design elements, often visible in the lettering or numerals. Repunched mint marks, where the mint mark was stamped more than once in slightly different positions, are another sought-after feature. Even small die cracks, which are lines on the coin resulting from a cracked die during production, can make a coin highly desirable. Collectors love these coins because they are rare and unpredictable. No two error coins are exactly the same. Beyond rarity and errors, the 1950 wheat penny holds historical significance. It reflects post-World War II America, a time of economic growth and national optimism. Each coin minted during this period is a tangible connection to mid-20th century American life, making it more than just a piece of currency. It's a slice of history that you can hold in your hand. Now, here comes the exciting part. If you happen to have a 1950 wheat penny in excellent uncirculated condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, it could be worth an astonishing $82,000. Yes, that's right, $82,000 for a single 1950 wheat penny. It's amazing to think that a small, everyday coin could hold such incredible value. So, if you have old pennies hidden away in drawers, boxes, or collections, take a close look. That ordinary-looking coin could be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Top 3 were shining a spotlight on a true numismatic treasure, the United States wheat penny from 1942. While it may look like an ordinary penny to most, this coin holds incredible historical significance and collectible value. Stick around until the end, because you'll discover why the 1942 wheat penny is highly sought after and how one in pristine condition could be worth a remarkable amount. The wheat penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, has been a cherished piece of American coinage since its introduction in 1909. Designed to commemorate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it replaced the Indian head cent and featured a forward-looking design by Victor David Brenner. The obverse of the coin displays a dignified portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse features two wheat ears, symbolizing prosperity and the nation's agricultural heritage. By 1942, The United States was deeply involved in World War II, and coins from this period were minted under unusual circumstances, which makes them particularly intriguing for collectors. One of the reasons the 1942 wheat penny stands out is its connection to the wartime economy. During World War II, the U.S. Mint altered some coin compositions to conserve copper for the war effort, though pennies in 1942 were still mostly made of the traditional copper alloy. Coins minted during this era can vary slightly in composition and color, making certain examples rarer and more desirable. Many 1942 pennies circulated widely, and over time, most have shown significant wear. That's why finding one in exceptional condition is increasingly rare and highly valuable. Examining the obverse of the 1942 wheat penny, we see Lincoln's finely detailed portrait, complete with the iconic Liberty inscription and the coin's date. Numismatists pay close attention to the sharpness of these details. Minor variations in the die, such as doubling in the date or lettering, can create error coins, which are among the most prized pieces for collectors. The finer the details, the higher the coin's potential value, especially if it has retained its original luster and shows minimal signs of circulation. Turning the coin over, the reverse features the classic wheat ears framing the denomination 1 cent. Collectors closely examine the spacing, depth, and symmetry of these details, as well as any anomalies or minting errors. Doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or even small die cracks can transform a standard 1942 wheat penny into a rare collector's item. Error coins are especially fascinating because they are one-of-a-kind variations that occurred during the minting process, making each example unique. The 1942 wheat penny is also a historical time capsule. It reflects the era of the early 1940s, a period marked by wartime sacrifices, patriotic spirit, and a rapidly changing world. Owning one of these pennies is not just about monetary value. It's about holding a piece of history in your hand. Coins from this year carry stories of the past, connecting collectors to the everyday lives of Americans during World War II. Condition plays a pivotal role in the coin's value. Many 1942 wheat pennies were used in daily transactions and show significant wear, scratches, and loss of detail. A coin in uncirculated or near-perfect condition is extremely rare. Collectors look for coins that have preserved their original copper hue, sharp details, and smooth surfaces. Such coins are highly prized because they are not only beautiful but also represent a nearly untouched piece of history. Now, let's talk about the moment every collector dreams of: the value of a 1942 wheat penny. If you are fortunate enough to own one in exceptional uncirculated condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, it could be worth an astonishing $80,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $80,000 for a single 1942 wheat penny. It's truly incredible to think that a small, seemingly ordinary coin could hold such remarkable value. So, if you have old coins tucked away in drawers, jars, or collections, examine them carefully. You might just be sitting on a hidden treasure. We are diving deep into one of the most captivating collectibles for any numismatist, the United States wheat penny from 1939. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary penny, but as we explore its history, rarity, and unique features, you'll understand why this coin has captured the hearts of collectors worldwide. Stay tuned until the end, because we'll reveal just how valuable this remarkable coin can be. The wheat penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design, crafted by Victor David Brenner, features a dignified portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and two stylized wheat ears framing the words 1 cent on the reverse. By 1939, the wheat penny had been in circulation for 30 years and had become a staple of everyday transactions. Yet, not all pennies are created equal, and certain mint years and variations can make a coin extremely rare and highly valuable. What makes the 1939 wheat penny particularly fascinating is its historical context. The United States was emerging from the Great Depression and moving towards the tumultuous years of World War II. Coins from this era are not only a reflection of monetary history, but also a tangible link to the lives and struggles of everyday Americans during that period. Owning a 1939 wheat penny is like holding a small piece of history in your hand. a connection to the past that is both exciting and tangible for collectors. Now, let's take a closer look at the features that make the 1939 wheat penny so special. The obverse of the coin displays Lincoln's portrait in fine detail, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1939. Numismatists pay particular attention to the clarity of these details, as well as any unusual markings or minting anomalies. Small variations such as doubled dies, repunched dates, or subtle differences in the lettering can turn an ordinary penny into a rare collector's treasure. Turning the coin over, the reverse side features the iconic wheat ears framing 1 cent and United States of America. The wheat design, simple yet elegant, symbolizes prosperity and the nation's agricultural heritage. However, what collectors are especially on the lookout for are mint errors, small imperfections that occurred during production. These can include die cracks, off-center strikes, or doubled dies, which are highly prized because they make each coin a one-of-a-kind piece of history. Coins with these rare errors often sell for a premium because they are limited in number and incredibly difficult to find in excellent condition. Condition is another key factor that drives the value of a 1939 wheat penny. Many coins from this year were heavily circulated, showing signs of wear, scratches, and discoloration. Finding one in uncirculated or near-perfect condition is extremely rare, and such specimens are highly sought after by serious collectors. A well-preserved 1939 wheat penny can command significant attention at auctions, as it not only represents historical significance, but also stands out for its aesthetic appeal and craftsmanship, in addition to its historical and aesthetic value. The 1939 wheat penny is a wonderful example of why numismatics is both an art and a science. Collectors meticulously study each coin, examining its strike, luster, and minute variations. They compare coins from different mints, looking for subtle differences that can drastically affect rarity and value. Every scratch, every mark, and every glint of copper tells a story, making each coin a fascinating puzzle for enthusiasts to analyze. Now, let's talk about the aspect that most coin lovers eagerly anticipate: its value. A 1939 wheat penny in excellent condition, especially one with rare minting errors, can be incredibly valuable. While many circulated pennies may only hold modest worth, the rare and high-grade examples can fetch impressive sums. If you are fortunate enough to own a pristine 1939 wheat penny or one with a unique error, it could be worth an astonishing $77,000. Yes, you heard that right. $77,000 for a single 1939 wheat penny. It's amazing to think that a small coin, which once changed hands for just 1 cent, could now be considered a valuable treasure. So, if you have old coins tucked away in drawers, jars, or collections, it's always worth taking a closer look. You may just uncover a hidden gem. Top 5. We're diving into one of the most fascinating treasures of American numismatics: the United States wheat penny from 1935. On the surface, it might look like a simple copper coin, but for collectors and coin lovers, the 1935 wheat penny is a gem that holds both historical significance and incredible rarity. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this small piece of metal can be worth a fortune and how its unique features make it a must-have for serious collectors. The wheat penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it became one of the most iconic coins in American history. The obverse of the coin features a dignified portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse showcases 2 wheat ears flanking the words 1 cent and United States of America. This design was used for nearly 40 years, and each penny tells a story, not just of currency, but of the era it comes from. The 1935 wheat penny was minted during a particularly interesting period in American history. The nation was slowly recovering from the Great Depression, and coins from this era often reflect the economic and social conditions of the time. For collectors, owning a 1935 wheat penny is more than just having a coin. It's holding a piece of history in your hand. The coin represents resilience, progress, and the everyday lives of Americans during a challenging era. Now, let's explore what makes the 1935 wheat penny so rare and highly sought after. While millions were minted for circulation, not all pennies have survived in excellent condition. Many were heavily circulated, showing signs of wear, scratches, and discoloration. However, the coins that did survive in pristine or near uncirculated condition are extremely valuable. Coins in top condition retain their original luster and show sharp details in Lincoln's portrait and the wheat ears, making them true collector's items. Minting errors and unique variations add another layer of rarity to the 1935 wheat penny. Some coins display doubled dies, repunched dates, or other subtle anomalies that occurred during the minting process. These errors are not flaws in the usual sense. Rather, they make the coin one of a kind. Collectors actively seek out these anomalies because they drastically increase a coin's value and desirability. Imagine finding a coin in your collection with a misaligned date or doubled lettering. It instantly becomes a conversation piece and a centerpiece of any collection. Another factor that drives the value of the 1935 wheat penny is the mint mark. Coins were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with subtle differences in design and production. Certain mint marks are scarcer than others, and coins from less common mints in exceptional condition can fetch significantly higher prices at auctions. Numismatists carefully study each penny under magnification, examining details that might go unnoticed to the casual observer. Every scratch, shine, and detail contributes to the story and value of the coin. Condition and historical context together make the 1935 wheat penny a standout collectible. Many coins from this era were lost, melted down, or damaged, which makes surviving specimens all the more precious. A coin in excellent condition, free from major wear, and with clear details, can command serious attention in the collector's market. Additionally, coins that show evidence of rare minting errors are even more coveted, as they are virtually impossible to replicate. The combination of history, beauty, and rarity makes this penny a dream find for collectors. Now, let's talk about its value. While many 1935 wheat pennies may be worth only a modest amount, those in exceptional condition, especially with unique minting errors or rare characteristics, can be extraordinarily valuable. A truly rare and pristine 1935 wheat penny can fetch an incredible $75,000. Yes, this ordinary-looking penny, once worth just a single cent, can now represent a remarkable investment and a prized piece of history. For anyone passionate about coin collecting, the 1935 wheat penny represents more than just money. It represents history, rarity, and the excitement of discovering something extraordinary among everyday coins. If you happen to find one tucked away in a jar or inherited from a family collection, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1935 wheat penny and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our numismatic adventures. Collecting coins is not just a hobby. It's a journey through history, art, and discovery. Stay curious and happy collecting.